All right, welcome to another edition of the Pair Genius podcast. I am so excited. I got my lucky hat on. Correct me if I'm wrong. We are doing the PMS episode.
It's the much anticipated PMS episode.
Why do you feel like we need to do that episode right now?
None of your goddamn business.
Yes. So, just for the record, I will be murdered at some point in this video, right? Or will I live to tell the tale?
I guess we'll see.
Good thing we're recording this for, evidence purposes.
Right.
Like, subscribe. You know what? Hit the bell. Why not get reminded every time one of our new videos comes out? Because I think we just get better.
Obviously.
We're so close to being syndicated. Like this close. We just need like 1,000 more subscribers. And we got to just stay consistent, which we're doing. So I'm proud of you.
You're proud of me?
Mm-hmm. You're a great... I can't do this without you. Right?
Right on.
Like, what am I supposed to talk about? Relationships? I don't know anything.
Maybe you do know something.
No.
You've been in one long enough.
I just make things up as I go along. My book is one page of all the things I think I know, and then probably erase it and get to the next level. So for everybody that doesn't know what PMS is, it stands for premenstrual syndrome, right?
Sure.
Premenstrual, present menstrual syndrome, and post-menstrual syndrome.
Really?
Yes, therefore there is no safe zone.
So your life is just shit all the time?
No. It is a carefully crafted minefield of excitement. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Liar.
That being said, I don't understand how lesbians don't kill each other every month.
Wow.
That is going to be on my epitaph. How did they survive even 1 month? Because, I mean, look at me. I'm a genius and I can barely survive with you.
Really? Is that so?
There's been some times where I don't know. I was surprised I woke up in the morning.
Me too.
Yes. All right, so what do you got going for me? You got some questions.
Well, yeah, I've, Googled some hilarious questions that I should be asking my husband about PMS.
See, now, and it's funny because this is how in sync we are. I was working on some electrical stuff, and in my mind, I thought to myself, wouldn't it be funny to do the PMS episode soon? And here you are.
So why did you have that idea today? Why did that just magically pop into your brain?
I don't know, but I was trying to remind myself of all the traumatizing things I've been through in my life that I've, carefully shelved, and so that I continue to love you, and that I don't live in, so that I don't live in fear.
Wow.
Yes, I have this, tabernacle of experiences that, like when I wore the blue sweater. That was probably one of the most recent incidents when
let's not even go there yet.
No, I wore okay, I won't go there yet. I don't want to blow any surprise you're going to have for me.
So I have a bunch of questions, but then I also want to talk a little bit about what PMS actually means from a woman's perspective, not from your retard version. And I want to also talk about energetically what it means, because I did meditate on it to try and figure out what is actually happening energetically at that time of the month.
Who is this woman I'm trapped with? Who is she? I need to know, because I don't know. There's some days where I am just so funny and delightful, and I don't know what happened between yesterday and today. I feel like I'm the same guy. So the only variable that has changed could only be the demon PMS within you, whatever energy you want to call that.
So it's not just that you're being particularly dickish that day.
Nope. Same guy every day. I am consistently awesome.
I see.
The only variable is you and your snow globe of enchantment.
Alrighty. And onward to our first question.
I can't wait to get 100% on this quiz.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how scared do you get when you realize I'm PMSing?
Oh, I don't get scared. I would say...
Did you just take a sip of my wine?
No.
What the hell?
I took a sip of my water.
I'm going to move that.
Good. Please move it. It's on tape. I'm not drinking your water. Okay.
I'm drinking wine.
Me.
Not water.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not scared of you at all. I would say probably a 3 or 4. However, when I do recognize the signs, caution tape comes out. And you know what? Sometimes I purposely take the caution tape down and poke the bear a little bit just to make things a little caliente.
So you deserve what you get then.
Sometimes I do, just because you kind of deserved a little bit of a hey.
Okay, so that's okay. So you're not like super scared of my PMS, which
No.
I don't understand.
I would say it's not that bad.
But what about when one of the girls is PMSing? How scared of you? How scared are you of that?
I don't notice anything. They're always moody. I'm just constantly like, oh, why are you treating me like an ass? Okay, I did something wrong, obviously.
Are you scared of anybody's PMS?
I don't know that many women, and I'm not around that many women. I mean, obviously, this is a house of women, and someone is ornery all the time. And I just do the best I can as a peacekeeper. I feel like I'm a good peacekeeper. I'm not that big of a shit disturber, right?
You just said you were. You just said you take the caution tape down.
No, sometimes I do when you're being especially special and you need to get poked a little.
Okie dokie.
Some hills you gotta die on.
What is the most confusing symptom of PMS for men to understand?
Oh, well, definitely the mood swings, the moodiness is so bizarre. It's like I don't understand why you were a different person. How all of a sudden everything I do irritates you. And, explain that to me. Am I always irritating? You don't say anything, and just on those days, you just have to let it go, or what's the plan?
How long do you think PMS lasts?
A day, maybe 2 days.
Right,
Yours is like a small, nice window.
It's a short burst. So in a month of 30, 31 days, you have 1 or 2 days where I'm a little bit unreasonable.
Right. But that being said, I am such a man that I'm only giving you 1 day, maximum 2. You are not allowed anymore.
You're such a man. What does that have to do with anything?
I would shut it down. I would be like, no.
I would like to know how you would shut that down.
Trust
Explain
me.
that to me. What does that look like?
That'll be a separate podcast for just men.
Just like sex for just men.
Just men.
Because it ain't going to be none of this going on.
You know what? No, it's not okay. Because if I was a moody bitch for like a week,
You're going to die after this, just so you know.
You know what I mean? If it was like 3 days and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you know what? I could push this. I could get a little bit more out of her. I'm going to make it 5 days. Eventually, I would be like, oh, she just laid the hammer down. And I would be like, okay, I tried to get away with too much. And that would be the same for you. Eventually, I would have to die on the hill. Be like, no, I can't live this way.
So you're saying the most confusing symptom for men when it's PMS time is mood swings.
Definitely.
What are some other symptoms of PMS?
Is there other symptoms?
Besides mood swings? I'm asking you.
I don't know, just being grouchy.
You mean bitchy.
Yeah, irritable. Oh, what's some months it's like unexplained fire. Like, my example that I want to tell with my blue sweater that you won't let me.
Oh, fine, tell it now because it's apropos.
Right, because I'm sitting there, I'm doing laundry, or I was doing something, and yeah, I was helping. I was separating the laundry, and you're mad because I'm wearing this blue sweater, and all of a sudden you're like losing your mind, and all of a sudden I see you stomping. I guess I had too many socks that day. I had too many socks in the drawer, and you're putting the socks away, and you like stomped a hole through my drawer. And I just sat there like, what did I do? Like,
Okay, can I explain some of that, please?
oh, I would love to hear your side of how a foot goes like boom, 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 boom. It looked like a cartoon with this foot sticking out of my drawer.
Okay, that sweater, your mother bought that for you.
Oh my God, what a monster.
And it is, I'm very sure she traveled to Sesame Street and skinned Grover and made a sweater out of it. It is so ugly, and I can never say anything about it because now she is dead.
And we're back because had I known, I would have started with this sweater.
I feel like the camera is not picking up the disgusting shade of blue that it is. Never mind the awful, barfed, gray, speckled interior.
Yeah, no, it's totally it's me in the sweater. It's not your irrational
Anyways,
behavior.
I used to have a handful of delightful mother jokes that I was able to make, and then your mother died, and now I can't make those jokes. And for some reason, this sweater really pisses me off.
Is it because I love this sweater?
For what reason? I'm sure it's a Costco or Giant Tiger sweater.
It's so comfortable. And you know what? My mom bought it for
I
me.
bet you didn't even remember that your mom bought it for you.
You know what? On the record, I want to be buried in this sweater.
Done. That's going to happen way sooner than you think.
Funny. You always think you're getting the upper hand, don't you? This is the best podcast ever.
Are you ready for the next question?
I'm so ready. I'm so comfortable.
I'm so happy for you. Now you realize that anybody who's listening on Spotify is going to have to go on YouTube to see what the hell we're talking about.
One day I'll get this stupid Spotify thing figured out. The video on Spotify, it's just a nightmare, everybody. Go on YouTube to watch.
If PMS was a superhero, what would its superpower be?
What?
That's right.
Unbridled rage?
Is that a superpower?
Yeah, it would be like Wolverine's berserker mode. That's what it would be. It would just be these claws of hell. I would just see you turning into Wolverine and going bananas. That's what PMS's power would be.
Okay.
Berserker rage.
Got it.
That was easy.
Yep. What is your go-to peace offering when I'm in full PMS mode?
Oh, solitude. I would give you the gift of solitude.
But do you?
Probably not. But you know what? I would say that, I've gotten you flowers. I've offered to do things around the house. Stay out of the way. I do a good job of staying out of the way on those days.
I think eventually we will have to do an episode on the 5 love languages because I've had this crazy meditative download that something is messed up with those 5 love languages. There's a disconnect. Like it doesn't always work.
Yeah, because of PMS.
I am ready to debunk the 5 love languages, but before I do that, my love language is not gifts. So you buy me things is not going to help.
I'm going to say this to you.
Don't touch me.
I'm going to look at you.
Don't touch me.
Listen to me. Listen, you know why the 5 love languages don't work? It's because you're not you.
I'm not talking about during PMS time only.
It's during PMS time. I don't know you.
Yeah, you do. I'm the
mean,
exact same angel. Crying out, Pete.
You're like sort of sexy, spicy new wife, but at the same time, irrationally mean and grouchy. And I do a good job of working in the garage, or I try and clean. I try and stay busy. The biggest thing is to not lay there and do nothing. Guys, just don't lay there and do nothing. Just go and be busy, be productive, or it's just a chance to be murdered.
You tell me, what is my love language? Because it's kind of hilarious.
Normal or abnormal?
Just tell me what my love language is, damn it.
I'm scared. I'm panicking right now. You tell me what your love language is.
You don't know. You don't remember. You're a terrible husband.
No, I know what it is. I just can't remember right now because I'm so scared.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's quality time.
It is quality time. So how great is that for you that during my PMS time, the only thing I really want is quality time?
No, it's not. It's you want to be left alone. It's
but
the
not
opposite.
with the annoying version of you.
Oh my God. Here we go. I'm so annoying. Wow. See? Same, but different. That's my wife.
Uh-huh. If you had to write a survival guide for living with someone with PMS, what would the first chapter be called?
Oh my God. Okay.
A survival guide.
Survival guide is recognizing the signs that you are in the danger zone.
Tell me about the signs.
I would say the biggest giveaway, and it's not always obvious, is
Man, the whole world is like tuning in right at this moment for you to reveal the secret of PMS.
I would say that right off the hop, my jokes are falling flat. It's like, is this thing on? Hello?
Right.
Why is she not laughing? Like,
because you're hilarious all the time.
Seriously, sometimes I'm just on fire, especially during PMS time. I got some really good material, And it's just like, hello, hello, are you alive? Hello, hello, hello. That should be my number one thing. It's like nothing has changed. I'm always hilarious, but not that day. Hmm.
Okay, so symptom number one that I'm PMSing is that your jokes are not funny.
There you go. Symptom number one is I am not as amusing as I thought. And to be frank, let's go back to the tail of the tape. What's one of my top personality traits is that I'm humorous, and that's what you love so much about me.
Sign number two is
Um, I don't know. Sign number two is you telling me that.
I would never say that I have
Oh
PMS.
no, you would never admit it. No. Oh my God. Even if I suggested it's a niche. No, no, no. Yeah, well, I mean, you and I will beat around the bush that everything's pissing you off and we don't know why. It's a big mystery.
Would you say anger is the dominant emotion when I'm PMSing?
I would say that anger's here and you're bubbling up to it. You're bubbling up to it.
Is it the only emotion? Do you think that I'm sad?
Oh, wait, do I think that you're emotional? Yeah, you know what? I would say that yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I would say that you could swing into, sadness or taking things personal or all of a sudden the world's against you, for sure.
How
I
ready
can
am
see.
I to burn everything to the ground just so I can start fresh?
You're very ready. You've got the light match lit constantly. I'm the one that's got to blow it out.
So you didn't really answer my question of what you would call the first chapter. The survival guide for a woman in PMS.
Oh,
Chapter one.
the signs. The signs you are in danger. That's what I would call it.
Okie doke.
The signs that you are in danger. This is for men, right?
Obviously, because a woman doesn't need one.
Well, lesbian women do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
What's the weirdest thing you've witnessed me do during a PMS episode?
The weirdest thing? Oh, man. I mean, you've had some amazing moments where like something bugs you and then you like try and fix it and then it like falls over and then you pick it back up and it falls again and then next thing you know you're just taking it and you're throwing it against the wall and it's just getting smashed or you'll throw it on the floor and you'll like stomp it out like yeah, I've seen you do this many times. Like things that you know that I can fix, you make not fixable. And that's usually PMS coming through. And it's like, no, there is no way he's going to fix this. I will obliterate it.
So
And that will show him.
I would challenge then the superpower to be more Hulk, incredible strength, Herculean, and not so much Wolverine with his claws slashing all over the place.
I mean, on a good day, you are a juggernaut that absolutely takes zero care in the things that you touch. And the way...
Whatever.
No, it's not that you're clumsy. It's just that you're like this Terminator that's like doing all these things. And I'm watching, I'm like, how is everything in the house not broken? Like, I am constantly fixing things, except for the glass that you smashed this morning. And
That was an accident, and it was a
Ooh,
Walmart cup, so
it was
you're
an
fine.
accident. As it flies past my head.
Whatever.
I don't know what happened.
You're the worst.
Oh my God. Anyway, I got really good at fixing things.
What's your strategy for avoiding the storm when I'm in a mood swing?
Garage. Go to the garage. Clean. Go to the basement. Clean. Be productive. The sweatier and busier you are, the better. That's just you, though. You can't. If I was laying around playing video games and you're in a mood, oh my God, my life is over. Like, it is done. So be productive. You might as well go clean something. You might as well go take care of something. Just get the hell out of the way. Best advice I can ever give.
Oh.
Easy. That's easy advice.
Is PMS a valid reason to cancel plans?
That's so funny. Okay, I need to ask you a question.
Okay.
Is PMS just for me, or is it for the outside world that we live in as well?
I would say I probably have less tolerance for the outside world.
So if we went to a dinner party and you were PMSing, would everyone know? Or would I be the only one that
You'd be
knows?
the only one. I'm so secretive. I keep my cards close. I would put on the most amazing act.
So to go back to my first answer then, I would take you out so that I could be in public so that the beast would have to go dormant for a little while. Thank you for that tip. Everybody, also use that. So no, we're not canceling plans. Bitch, get dressed. We're going out. We are going out.
Oh God.
Oh man, see, we're really making progress
So
here.
you're gonna dress me up and take me out. So let me ask you this. Are there physical symptoms of PMS?
I don't know. Is that when your boobs get bigger?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like PMS.
Is that the only thing?
Yes.
All right. If you don't notice bloating or anything, then I guess dressing me up is not a big deal.
No, I don't notice.
Very good.
I'm sure it's the clothes that you wear during the time that hides all that. Your moo-moos. Mrs. Roper.
If you could swap roles for a day, what would you do differently during PMS time? How would you handle PMS?
If I had it, oh, I would take full. If I only got one chance, I would make you pay for all the years. Oh my God. I would just be like, "Loo-loo-loo," table flip. You like this? You like this? You would know. You would know. I would ham it up so hard. I would avenge myself and all men. That's what I would do.
I have to say, when you are in a mood, the entire house knows, very much like PMS. So I have a feeling I know how you would handle it.
Yes, I agree. When I'm in a bad mood, because it's so rare, everyone can feel it. Everyone, even people that don't know me, know that I'm seething. It's almost like I have built like this pent-up rage that I just want somebody to push me over the edge because they'll be the one that experiences 45 years of fury.
I know nothing about that.
I only get one day, and then I'll need
Well,
to,
apparently I only get one day too.
each month. That's 12 a day, or 12 a year.
12 a day.
12 a day.
If PMS had a soundtrack, what would the first song be called?
Oh my God. Really? That's a tough question, but it's funny. What about AC/DC's Highway to Hell? I'm on a highway to hell.
You came up with that pretty fast, dear.
What would you call it?
None of that question's not for me. I don't know.
Oh, come join the joyride. You're Roxette, right?
Why don't you just meet me in the middle?
No, that's not a PMS song.
No, you can't just meet me in the goddamn middle.
No. Oh, you know what else I pick? Oh, Mama said knock you out. Mama said knock you out.
I like big boobs and I cannot lie.
That's my song. That's not a PMS song.
Well, it's a PMS song if my boobs get big.
Is that when they... Oh, sorry, I'm knocking the whole screen here. Is that when they get big, though?
Didn't you just say that?
I don't know what I'm saying. I like when they do. That's fun. It's like new
Isn't
wife.
it
It's like
odd?
new wife.
Isn't that a strange thing that boobs can grow and shrink during the month? Isn't that a weird thing?
Wieners can too.
Your
Are we just talking...
joke fell flat. I guess I'm PMSing.
Everybody else is laughing.
Bull.
Please comment in the section that you're laughing at my jokes. Please. You're gonna make you do a spit take with your wine.
Those are all my questions. That's all I had for you.
Oh man, that's funny. So I didn't come prepared. Like I was trying to think about like these stories, but you're really not that bad.
After all that, I'm really not that bad.
No, like I said, I'm not that scared of you. It's the only time things are not great is when I lose my patience with you.
Or
When-
if you're bringing your own mood to the table
Yeah.
during that time.
Yeah, God forbid we were both in a bad mood that day. It's like fireworks that we don't need to experience.
I mean, if I'm the amplifier and I'm like uber amplified during this special time of the month, and then you come in with some kind of insane bad mood, then
So one of the keys to our success is the fact that I let you get away with a lot of stuff. I'm like that with pretty much everybody. I don't, there's not too many times where it's like, oh, I got to die on this hill. But there comes a point where at least you know that when there's a hill to die on, I will die on it.
Do you have an example of such a hill?
I don't. But I know when to fight and when to just let it go and keep the peace, not do anything spiteful. We talked about spite before. Like I would say, yeah, when I pull the tape down a little bit, that's me taking a little bit of spiteful revenge for a long day of punishment.
I would say that yes, I get elevated, but it takes a lot to get me to the level of insanity, like full on nuclear war going on in our relationship. Like it takes a lot.
Right, it would be me pushing you to that level.
I recall there was a time where you said something in the car and I just lost my crap.
Oh, yeah.
What did you say?
Why did you have to open your face?
Yeah, the way you said it was so rude and I just lost it because we do not talk to each other that way.
I was in a bad mood and I was trying to be honest with you and tell you something. And you were just like, and I went,
Really?
why did you have to open your face? Like, why couldn't you just let me talk and just listen?
Because you were supposed to talk to your dad and like finally stand your ground and tell him what he's done to you, and and you didn't, and you were
Right.
just so proud of yourself that you were like, oh, it was such a nice conversation, and I'm just like, are you insane? You were supposed to like go in there and like stand your ground.
And this is where you're a liar. And I did have a great conversation. It was very productive. I went over a whole bunch of things that I wanted to, and I was feeling really good about the way I ended it. And I got,
Is that what you got?
yeah. Why can't you just be a man? I'm like, oh my God.
Why did you have to open your face?
Yeah, why couldn't you be a man? Why did you have to open your face? And pa-boom! Between that and shoving chopsticks up Emma's nose with wasabi on them, those are the closest moments I've probably ever had to death. Just those two gunpowdery type episodes.
It takes a lot to get me there. It really does.
Yeah. But it took me to get you there.
I'm wondering if I was PMSing during that moment.
Oh, I know
Can't
you
remember.
were.
Oh, shut up. You don't know anything.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I would bet.
You would have no way of remembering that,
Probably not, no. As I don't remember last week, so
clearly.
I need a journal.
I don't know if that would help.
Well, I mean, I do have a journal I could write. I just don't know if I have anything worth writing about. Maybe that's what this is for. This is our journal.
Yes. Except that you actually, I mean, what did I say? Anybody who's listened to our previous episodes, what did I say is the one secret I never want you to tell me?
Oh, no.
When somebody has the stomach flu. That was the one thing I said I don't want to know. Yesterday, he brings me over. He's like, I have a secret to tell you. I'm like, do I want to know this? Are you really sure I want to know
Well,
this?
I didn't want to tell her. And at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, I have this secret and I don't want to tell you. But I don't want to keep secrets.
In that moment, did you remember what I had said on the video?
Yes, that's why I was so conflictedly.
That's why it made me even more angry. I woke up this morning. That was the first thing I thought about was that fucker. Like, I specifically said, don't tell me when.
You said the F word.
What did you say to me yesterday? What was your big secret?
I said that my dad was sick with the stomach flu.
Right. Yeah. And we're divorced.
Oh, that's not a joke.
No. And neither was you telling me. I was so furious. And for some reason, I had to swallow it and keep going because we were doing something else. And this morning, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm really angry about something.
Yeah, but we don't live there and you're okay. And I'm never going to tell you when anyone is ever sick again.
And
I promise.
have the amplification of PMS going today. And so I was super furious this morning.
Yeah, but you looked great. Like, you look amazing right now.
Oh my
I'm very pleased.
God. Oh my God.
And you made the best dinner ever, so thank you. You are awesome. You know what? For a bad day, this ended up being a pretty good day. Thanks. I love you.
What do you think is the energetic reason why women PMS? Because it's a natural thing. I don't think it's a product of this day and age. I think women were probably always PMSing, and there was a bigger reason behind it. So what do you think that reason is?
I think that it's a natural defense mechanism to let off steam slowly every month so it doesn't build up into a catastrophic earthquake.
That's not a terrible answer.
Thanks.
But if you think about a woman's sexual cycle every
Mm.
month, when am I the least horny for you?
You want me to answer that honestly?
Yes.
Isn't that like all the time?
Ha 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 ha.
Jokes. They don't
Crickets,
work.
crickets.
They don't work. I would say like the 2 weeks leading up.
No, the 1 week. Fuck you, 2 weeks. Are you insane? It's 1 week.
2 weeks leading up, and then the week of, I have a 1 week window if I'm lucky.
2 weeks leading up, it's at the beginning of ovulation, so that's not even accurate. But ovulation's over. Now I'm entering this next cycle where everything's ripping apart and falling out. So guess what? Sex is not top of mind.
So what, 2, 3 weeks? Fun. Way to go, guys.
Should we talk about the week that you're not horny for me?
No, we shouldn't
Which
talk
would be
about
my
that.
super horny week, is right after my period.
Yeah, because you deserve it, because it's been 3 weeks of cameling.
See, that sounds spiteful to me.
Does it? Maybe I'm not as good as I say I am.
Oh my god.
So we'll do another episode on spite and how I'm spiteful, apparently.
Yes, telling me the secret that I don't want to know on purpose. That's spiteful.
Is it? Because I didn't want to keep the secret. But at the same time, I was like jittery, almost childlike with excitement.
So I went on a walk a couple of months ago.
A couple months ago.
A couple of months ago, I went on this walk, and I'm pretty sure it was a full moon, and I was thinking about PMS, and I'm like, all right, I'm calling my guides in. What is the purpose of PMS? From an energetic point, because it happens every month. It's, just like the moon phases, like what is up with it? And I think it's that as we come to the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, it's a chance to clear out. It's a chance to release, because the actual menstruation is like releasing, right? It's the old lining and stuff falling apart, and you're releasing that because the cycle is done. And it's the same thing for PMS. I think that it is meant to heighten and stir all of the emotions that you've kind of been too busy or too neglectful to handle or face. And in that time, it really amplifies those things. It's like all of a sudden, it's like, oh, why am I so angry about that particular thing? Right? Because I didn't have time to deal with it then, or I just pushed it down. But there is no ignoring, because it's like the full moon is like blasting through my body during PMS. And it's like, wow, oh my God, there's all this stuff. And I just have to, like you said, use the fire to transmute it.
Being a woman sounds complicated.
But how great is it that my body naturally does that for me?
I think that's pretty good, whereas men probably drink and fight and do all sorts of crazy things.
Like there's like this crazy, you think about the emotional depth of a woman and the layers and, and then just to have this one time in a month where you can burn it all up and follow that through with the release of what no longer serves.
That sounds pretty awesome. Is there a way to like book a spa for you those days so that you could go do that in peace?
Yes, do it. Joke's on you. I would love that.
Business idea, PMS spa. Huh? Okay, contact me. We can put this together.
It comes with journaling and burning things. And
God, you know how many happy men and saved marriages there would be if there was a scheduled, if you know your cycle, this is the day where it happens. Boom, you get a 1-day pass to that place. Oh my God.
Think about
healthcare could cover it.
Think about how great Reiki would be during that time. To have somebody come and lay their hands on you and help you release, because I think that we have actually grown further away from our natural instincts because we're so distracted in this day and age. And they've told us that the power is not with us, it's with other, the church and blah, blah, blah. But what if we reconnected with that power and used PMS the way it is meant to be used, to clear any kind of stagnant emotions, like any kind of remnants from the month? And to have a Reiki practitioner help you move that through would be unbelievable.
I'd buy that for $1. I would.
PMS Reiki session.
I think that totally makes sense, though. It's, I don't know. Is it the energy that you're trying to purge and on that day? Because your period isn't for a week or whatever until. So is it like an initial purge of bad mojo?
You're wrong.
Mojo?
Like my PMS lasts a day and then a day or two later I get my period.
You're
Although lately it's been a little bit all over the place.
say
Hello,
you're
menopause.
scheduled in 5 days, so about a week, almost
Yeah,
a
but you
week.
can't go by that because everything's been so wonky this year. Oh, stop.
Don't worry, Father Time's got you covered.
Yeah, father time.
What else you got for me?
Well, that's my energetic explanation of PMS. And I think that if women knew about that and leaned into that a little bit more, it would change the way they look at PMS. And maybe it'll change the way men are looking at PMS as well.
It's hard. How do you understand something that you don't go through and that you are just kind of catching the surface of? All we do is catch the surface, the physical symptoms
Right.
of what's happening. Yeah, man, I would say that that would be very valuable for a man. But the thing is, I'm dense, so I need a reminder that
You're not dense. Like
no,
you
I'm
are
pretty
pretty in
dense.
tune to my emotional side.
Yeah, but I'm not the smartest.
The trickster in you, the imp, likes to cause trouble sometimes.
I need to be hit in the head a few times before I remember something.
I feel like that's not true because how many years are we in together now? 30? If you haven't learned it by now,
It's still a mystery. You're still a mystery to me.
well, that's by design.
You're mysterious. But it's okay. It's talking about these things, realizing that, you know what, I'm gonna have a little bit more compassion for you the next time. I'll be a little bit nicer next time. I'll do a better job of staying out of the way. I'll book you a Reiki slash, journal slash spa day.
I have to like present this idea to Jeanette 'cause she is our Reiki master here in town and she should do something with that. Or Corinne, right? We know a couple of Reiki practitioners.
Corinne, our biggest fan.
Our biggest fan.
Yeah, I think, hey, we got a couple business ideas here.
So I
PMS
remember that
hotel.
the best Everybody Loves Ray episode is the PMS episode, right? Where Deborah is very unreasonable and Ray goes to the store looking for PMS pills. And she finds it. She's like, oh, magic pills! Glug, 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 glug.
Does it
Ray's
cure-
clothes are not on the ground anymore.
Does it cure bitchy?
There's nothing here for bitchy.
My toenails just magically hopped into the garbage on their own.
So what do you think about medications for PMS?
I'm not a huge medication guy, but if there was like a Tylenol that you could take once a month,
That would cure my PMS symptoms?
yeah, oh yeah, go for it. But I don't need you to take something every day, all month long, too.
You know what I would say to that is that I would never do that, especially knowing now the energetic purpose.
Yeah.
And that I'm meant to be fully present and an active participant in burning up things that no longer serve. The medicine would just numb that. It's just a numbing agent.
But I bet you for some people it's debilitating, like anxiety or depression or whatever. If you add this on top of maybe something like that, all of a sudden your life seems undoable. And in that case, it might be handy.
Well,
obviously that's extreme, but
I can promise you that there is a way to cope without medication. I think that if you went to somebody who did body talk, somebody who could talk on behalf of your body in a way where you're disconnected, I think there's valuable information there. And if there's some kind of a trauma block or something or other, and PMS comes and pushes it to a point where you can't handle it, maybe having that trauma therapy is a good idea. And then maybe all of a sudden you don't need the medicine anymore. Maybe you are the medicine, not maybe. You are the medicine.
I just pictured Jack Nicholson going, "You can't handle the PMS." Wow. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your beautiful conversation.
I see.
But what you're saying is very true. We don't want to hide symptoms because that doesn't do anyone any good.
No.
And that's usually what medicines do.
I feel like
Hide
there
symptoms.
probably is plant medicine that is also very helpful during that time. I just don't know it because that's out of my scope. But I should ask somebody.
We'll ask Kelly Blackwell for PMS medicine. She's the plant master.
And
But
Sandy too.
You're also a good plant master. You just haven't trained yet. But you know plants. Man, you know plants. I think that's one of your hidden talents for the future.
You know what the problem is that the labels screw me up. I can't tell you the name of any kind of a plant. I can't even tell you what their magical purposes are. However, if you bring a plant to me, ask me to ingest it, I can tell you right away where it's going in my body and what it's doing. I've done that already. I've gone to like a ceremony where all these different teas were offered based on different plants. And they asked us, where do you feel this? What is it doing? I got every single one of them right.
That says a lot about how in tune you are with your body, because I probably wouldn't know.
Laura was with me too, and she kind of got some of them right, but not really. There was one, I drank the tea, and I swear to God, all of a sudden, like water came pouring out of my armpits. And I said to her, I'm like, something's coming out of my armpits. It's crazy. It's just like this like release through my armpits. She's like, remember that you said that. And she went all the way around the circle. And then when we came back, it was exactly that. It was medicine to help you through the sweat, get rid of stuff, cleanse yourself. And it was just really interesting. It was a really cool experiment.
You know, that's a good conversation too, is the importance of sweating it out. Like sweating out toxins, whether it be a sauna, hot yoga, whatever. Sweating it out is, man, there's been times where we've gone and I've gone in feeling terrible, and you just sweat out these toxins and magically you feel better.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I do know that it does work.
Yeah, I went to yoga this morning for my PMS day, and the heater was broken, so it was like cold yoga. Like I had my jacket on for the first bit, and then for the last bit, I was kind of sad about it. I'm like, okay, I didn't get to sweat it out. However, it was a fabulous workout, and Jeanette had the most beautiful meditation going at the beginning. So even when you're not sweating it out, taking the time to sit quietly and get in tune with yourself is never a waste of time. That's how you know that you're the medicine. That's how your body speaks to you, is through those quiet moments.
I'm so close to wiring up that heating, by the way.
So now we're going infrared instead of furnace. So I told you Wesley sat up beside me today in yoga, and I asked him, have you ever worked out in infrared heat for yoga? And he's like, oh yeah, it's so great. It's so amazing. I'm like, awesome, because somebody had described it as being cooked from the inside out. I'm like, well, that sounds terrible. But the way Wesley said it, it was really nice. And he said, well, as long as they find a way to circulate the air. That's the only thing with infrared, is that you do still need to have some kind of ventilation system.
Okay.
Is that a thing? Are you guys doing that?
Oh, I mean, the vents will still be, the vents will still be there.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so that's good.
But he said infrared has such amazing healing properties, apart from just sweating it out. I'm like, all right, sign me up.
As long as it's not like microwaving us and me getting cooked on the inside.
No, even when Jeanette was telling me about it, it wasn't like that. It was very positive.
Nice. Well, thanks for a very, very fun episode. I hope that I brought some positive energy for you.
Oh, always.
I wanted you to feel like you were safe and special.
Oh, boy.
And I hope I accomplished that, because you make my life better.
Even when I'm PMSing?
Even when you're PMSing. And smashing things that I can't even repair.
But you did repair the drawer.
I did.
It's perfectly new, like nothing had ever happened to it.
Yeah, just don't look underneath it. It's almost there. Well, thanks, dear. And is there anything else you wanted to say to anybody?
No, I suppose that's everything. Just be gentle with yourself, and men, be gentle with your ladies, and give them space, I guess, to work through their stuff.
Yes. And remember, it's temporary.
It is temporary.
And your wife will be back before you know it. Better than ever. And it wasn't your fault. Either side. So, have a great night. Take care, everybody.